Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's the last week of October. So exciting. And I know it's kind of a crazy year in 2020 with Halloween. So I want to touch base on that really quickly with this Happy and Healthy with Kerry show. And the topic of today's training is how to 10 times your results, which is gonna start in your head. It's gonna start in the way you think. So I'll get to that in 1 minute. But I just wanna say, I don't know what's happening in your neighborhood with Halloween this year. In our neighborhood, they're not doing trick-or-treating because of coronavirus, or in my mom's neighborhood in Sacramento, everybody's just putting a bowl of candy at the end of the driveway. I think that's what they're doing so that the kids can still have an experience. What we're doing is just the 5 or 6 houses around us. We're gonna, we just talked and they said, yeah, your son can come over. We'll have something for him. And so we're gonna create an experience that way. And then we're going to look at like goats dressed in Halloween costumes or something like that our friend Ariel Ford sent us. But what I want to say is if you're working on your health, set yourself up to win. I know this is a really easy time to have lots of excuses on why it's okay to have a lot of sugar in your house, or your favorite Halloween candy, even if you don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters or whatever it is. And keep your eye on the long-term goal. Like, what is it that you really want to create with your health, especially if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic? Keep your eye on the long-term goal in regards to your blood sugar levels, your insulin, all of that. Set yourself up to win. And I know, like, when I was really addicted to food, I would use Halloween as an excuse. I used it as an excuse to have my favorite treats in the house, even though I rarely ever, where I lived before this house, even this house, I don't get many trick-or-treaters because I'm off the road a little bit, but even though I never have been in a house where I get a lot of trick-or-treaters just because of where my house is located, I would use it as an excuse to have Reese's Pieces because it was my favorite, like all my favorites, Kit Kat, and then I would get no trick-or-treaters and I would have this excuse in my head that I paid good money for that candy, and so I don't want to just throw it away, and so I would end up eating it. And it happened every year, and I knew it was going to happen. It's just I used this holiday as an excuse. And so there are places where you can donate candy. What I would say is I promise you the $5 or $10 that you spent on the candy is not as valuable as your health and not having guilt and not feeling bad about yourself. So just throw it away. My neighbor just taught me, they have a little boy my son's age, and she just taught me about the Switch Witch, which I was like, oh my God, the Switch Witch. And what they do is at Halloween, like he gets to go trick-or-treating. And of course, he's not this year, just in, the 5 houses around us. And then the Switch Witch comes at night and she takes the candy as basically she uses candy as money, and he gets to choose whatever toy he wants, anything he wants within reason, but anything he wants. And she uses the money as currency to buy him that toy. And she's not as well off as Santa, so she needs the candy to pay for her gas, to go to the store, to do all those things, right? And so the Switch Witch is gonna be, we're gonna start inviting the Switch Witch to our house as well. And maybe that's something that you want to do as well if you have kids or grandkids in your house. And if it's just you and you don't even have young kids in your house, just do yourself a favor, set yourself up to win. It's just not worth it. Trust me, I spent many, many years eating all the Halloween candy by myself, and it never tastes as sweet as staying on track with the goals that are important to me in regards to my health, how I feel about myself, loving myself, being a strong finisher with a commitment that I have to myself with my health. The candy is never as sweet as hitting your goal or staying on track with your goal. Okay, so we have tons of people here. I'm going to go into the topic of the day, but Good morning, good morning. I'll say good morning in a second to everybody and call people's name out. I really want to go into the topic of the day, but I hope that helped. Please forward this message to anybody else that you know that has could use Halloween as an excuse to go balls to the wall, right? With their own eating and their own candy consumption or sugar consumption. Please share that, because living it myself for so many years, when I was addicted to food, living it myself, and I was addicted to sugar, it was a super hard way to live, and it never felt good, right? I never ended October feeling good about myself for many years. Okay, so now let's dive into the topic that we have positioned for today, which is all about 10 timesing your results. Now, here's the deal. To 10 times your result, it is going to start in the way that you think. Every result that you get happens twice. It happens first in your head, and then it happens when you breathe life into it. So the way that you're thinking is critical to you hitting results, and you even getting close to hitting results and hitting goals that are important to you. Now, this is one thing that I see happen with some women, some people, in regards to hitting their goals. So what I see is they set a goal and then they start to question themselves. Can I really do it? We call it the monkey mind. Can I really do it? Do I really have what it takes? I've tried before and it hasn't worked. I almost reach it, but I never cross the finish line. Like there's a lot of different versions to that. Now, what I want to focus on today is for these goals that you're setting for yourself that you're saying are really important to you. My invitation to you is not to lower your activity. When it starts to feel like when you're starting to feel stretched in regards to how to hit that goal or who you get to become, like what's going to be demanded of you to who do you get to become to hit that goal? When you feel stretched, like it starts to feel a little more difficult, that's when the opportunity for growth is accelerated if you stay the course in regards to hitting that goal. So in that moment, don't lower your activity. Don't lower your activity. Don't lower the goal to feel better about yourself or to feel like you've accomplished something or you've hit it or whatever it is. Increase your activity. Now, increasing your activity could mean shifting who you're being. So an increase in activity could be even stopping to become aware of who you're being. Like, are you being doubtful? Are you being anxious? Are you being being worried? Are you being stressed as you're trying to hit that goal? So an activity could even be shifting your way of being to move you forward. Okay. An activity could be, if you're saying that there's a goal for you to, let me think, to travel to a certain place, maybe on your bucket list, you have a country that you want to see. So maybe you can't go to that country right now. There's a lot of restriction on travel right now. Maybe you can't go there, but you could do research on that you could do research on that country. You could do research on the good seasons to go travel there. That would still be an activity. It would still be moving you forward towards your goal, even if you're not going to go on that trip in the next year or two. Okay? So increasing your activity. Now, there is a difference between being and doing. And I do believe that there is a be and do component to having, right? There is who you are being and what is the doing, that the inspired doing that the steps that you're taking to have, so be, do, have, to have whatever it is that you're saying that you really want to have. Whether it's weight loss, whether that's increased wealth, whether that's finding the love of your life. Like the have is, what is the life? What is the life that you really want to have? What is a life that would light you up? What's a life that would get you excited? Like when you wake up in the morning, are you excited? Are you passionate about what you get to do today? Are you Are you feeling like your life is on point for your big dreams or the goals that you want to hit? What is the have that you want? And knowing to get the have doesn't necessarily always mean more doing the way that maybe you have been doing before, where you stay in the busy of doing. Your being is a big part of your doing. And that's a piece of the component that a lot of people don't understand, or they skip, or they don't give the proper amount of attention to. But who you're being is impacting your doing 110%. 110%. So if you're constantly in a state of worry or stress or scarcity or lack, then it's going to impact the actions that you're taking, because the way you're feeling is directly impacting how you're thinking. How you're thinking is directly impacting how you're feeling. Both of those things are directly impacting any action that you do or do not take. If you're in a constant state of struggle, you're constantly thinking, I can't, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, I don't have the resources, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. If you're constantly in that place, your results are going to stem from that place. And if you just think about this, how can that really work in your favor? How can you create an extraordinary result out of a mindset that is constantly in struggle? Because remember, what we focus on, we put energy towards. What we put energy towards is what we create. So even if this goal isn't right in front of you yet, still taking action to be the person who would be able to achieve that goal. Think the way that she would need to think. Feel the way that she would need to be feeling to already have that result in her life. So for example, if you want to lose 30 pounds, what is the mindset that a woman who is 30 pounds lighter than you right now, what is her mindset? What does she think? How does she feel about herself? What are the actions that she's taking? Be that person now consistently, not on a one-time basis, not just today, right? But consistently be that woman now so you can create that result today, starting today. Let's not start tomorrow. I almost said tomorrow, but let's say start today, right? If you are a woman who wants to find your life partner, what would a woman who has already found the partner, the love of her life, what would she be thinking? What would she be feeling? What actions would she be taking? How would she be designing her day? Be that woman now. If you're a woman who wants to create an impactful legacy in this world, maybe for your children, your grandchildren, maybe on a global basis, maybe you have a huge dream that can impact global citizens everywhere. So think about, what are the thoughts the woman who would be impacting the world or impacting her children or her grandchildren, whatever level that you're wanting. What is a woman who is already creating the legacy that she really wants to create? What is she thinking today? Somebody who is already in motion with this. What is she feeling? Is she thinking, I can accomplish anything? Is she thinking, I'm a strong finisher? Is she thinking, I could do anything I set my mind to? Is she thinking about solutions versus problems? What is she feeling? Is she feeling proud? Is she feeling accomplished? Is she feeling as if she's growing? Is she feeling like she's pushing herself, stretching herself? Be that woman today with your thinking and your feeling. That's going to impact your actions. Your actions are impacting your results. This is something that you can start to do immediately today. This isn't something that you need to put into place or wait for somebody else to validate you or to validate the dream or validate the intention or the goal. This is between you and your bigger power, I call it God, whatever you call it. This is between you and your bigger power. This isn't about anybody else. You don't need to ask anybody else permission. Just get clear on what it is that's important to you and then go for it. And remember, thinking the thoughts today so they're probably not the thoughts you were thinking yesterday, unless you're deep into personal development and you've already done training around this and you're really clear. And even then, it's very easy to slip. We all slip, right? So really looking at what were the thoughts I was thinking yesterday? How was my Sunday yesterday? Did I have a good day yesterday? What was I thinking? Who was I being? What was I feeling? And this is really interesting. And then when you got up this morning, when you were probably still laying in bed and you opened your eyes, did your brain probably unconsciously searched for where you left off yesterday? And quite possibly you recalibrated yourself unconsciously, you recalibrated yourself back to where you left off yesterday. And if you left off yesterday feeling like life was hard and it was a struggle and you were in a fight with somebody you loved and you didn't feel good about your body, then you just put yourself back in that place. So when you wake up in the morning, really set the tone of your day by aligning yourself to and even so you get to do this tomorrow morning, but you could do it right now as well. I know that we're up and running already with our day. So aligning yourself with how can I increase my intentional action to move me one baby step forward today to the goal that I want to hit by the end of this week, the end of this month, which is the end of this week. And get really clear. And I would even schedule the actions that you're going to take this week. I would schedule them in your planner, your calendar, put it on your phone with an alarm, whatever you need to do, so that you create a different result for yourself starting immediately, because you don't want to put off what you can start today. Nothing gets better by putting it off. Nothing gets better by putting it off until tomorrow. And this is something that is absolutely within reach. You can do this. This is at your fingertips. Your goals, your dreams are in escrow for you. They're waiting for you. If you have a goal or dream in your heart, it's a lifeline. It's like, I call it your lifeline for your soul. It's a lifeline, kind of like an umbilical cord, right? But your dreams are a lifeline for your soul to something bigger. And that something bigger is that bigger source that also runs through you, right? Light is light. Light is light. So I'm going to say some quick hellos. We have tons of people here. I'm going to say some quick hellos. But as I do this, go ahead and post below. What are you hearing? And what's resonating? And then what I would also say is, what are you committed to? As we wrap up this month, what are you committed to? Make a brave declaration about it in the comments below while I go say some hellos. Tons of people. Jody, Estelle, Andrea, hello from New Jersey, Estelle. Good. Lynn, good morning to my happy and healthy friends. Good morning, good morning. Sandra, Niku, Sherry, good morning. Donna, Matt, Carol, Donna, good morning. Mandy, good Mandy, I left you a message today. Kim, Bacillus, Kristen, Margie, Carly, Donna, Andrea says, I love the switch wish. So switch witch. So my son's in the other room and he's like, the witch isn't taking my candy. So this is gonna be interesting. Joy, Delia, Rodica, Gail, Simona, Kim, Jody, yep. Okay, good. Marina, somebody, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but we see you. Donna says, I'm committed to my body and my health. Good. So then, good, Donna. So then what are the actions, inspired actions you're committed to? Map it out, put it in your calendar for the next, the rest of this week till we end this, as we wrap up this month. And then the other thing is if you already had hit those goals, Donna, if you had already hit those goals, what would you be thinking and feeling today? and start thinking and allowing yourself, be conscious about this. Be really aware. We want to raise your guys' awareness around this. Start to think those thoughts today as if you've already reached those goals. Start to feel as if you are that woman who has already reached those body and health goals. Feel and think those thoughts and feelings today, because that's going to move you closer to your goal. Okay. I mean, it's a universal law. It's a universal law. Rose, Donna said, got it. Okay, good. And then come back and let us know how it goes. So go ahead, everybody also go ahead and post below, what are you committed to, just like Donna did. If you're watching this replay, I know thousands will watch this replay, but you could still post below and make that brave declaration and put it out in the world, because if it's only you knowing about it, it's really easy to not do it, just to be honest. Feeling confident and comfortable in my pants, feeling proud of myself. Good, Donna. Hi, Rose. Okay, you guys, super excited for this week. This gets to be a powerful week of intention, and it always starts with you, right? So when you have those thoughts that are coming that don't feel good, hashtag thought swap, and also hashtag you're one thought away, okay? You're always, or hashtag you're always one thought away. So you're one thought away from being healthy and feeling healthy, or not. You're one thought away from a good day, or not. You're one thought away from loving yourself, or not. So hashtag, go ahead, hashtag you're one thought away, and get that on your own personal social media profiles as well. Let's create a movement. We are creating a movement around your one thought away. Have an incredible day. I'm super excited. It's beautiful out. My son and I are going to go for a walk before my next meeting. We're going to go on a surf check. We live at the beach, so we're going to go check out the surf. Fall is definitely here. Man, the air got crisp in Southern California. It's beautiful. I love it. So with that being said, set yourself up to win this week. Tons of love, and I'll see you Thursday. Bye.